Well, hi, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here with the Ruttenberg Library. I wanted to do a book tag. This tag I've seen going around here for last few weeks. I've seen it. It's called the book giving tag. The original was done by Catherine at Taking Tea with Catherine. I'll leave the link to that down below. I also saw it on Kayla at Spontaneous Reader, and I'll leave her link down below. And she tagged me in this. And so I wanted to do this tag for you. So here we go. Question number 1. Again, this is the book giving tag. Number 1, do you give books as gifts? If so, to whom? I personally do give books as gifts. Now, I don't give it to just anybody because I think that books are a very when you give a book, it's very personal, and to me, you got to really know the person really well to give them a book, because you don't want to spend, if you buy a new book, you're going to spend 16, 20, 25, maybe upwards of $40, depending on the book, and you don't want to waste money. You don't want them to get it and it to just sit on a shelf and get donated a month later when nobody's looking. So it's a very personal thing. So I don't give books as gifts to everybody. There's just certain people. I definitely give them to my family. So I'll give you a couple examples. So like my oldest daughter, I know that when she was in upper elementary and middle school, she really liked the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books, and so I know we bought those for her, and she's still got those in her room, still goes through those. She also went through the Divergent series, and we got her one or two of those. I can't remember how many. She also went through the Hunger Games series. Now, I confess I can't remember which of these. We've got, the whole series, but I can't remember which ones we got her as gifts and which ones were just bought. I can't remember, but I know we did get them for her, or at least one of them anyway. And so that's my oldest daughter. My youngest daughter, we get her books all the time. She loves to go through books. One of her favorite things is to sit up in our lap and we read. That happens several times a day. That happens when I get home at night. That happens before we go to bed. Sometimes when she gets up real early in the morning. So she's constantly going through books. One of our favorites, and of course she's starting to grow out of it a little bit, but one of our favorites is I Am a Bunny by Richard Scarry, or illustrated by Richard Scarry. And of course Richard Scarry's illustrations are just beautiful. He's done lots and lots of kids books, but yeah, we love this book. It's very, very cute. We've read it I don't know how many times, but the illustrations are absolutely wonderful, and she loves the the jumping around with butterflies, and there's the birds, but anyway, you get the idea. Beautiful book, and she absolutely loves them. And then another favorite was Bunny Roo, I Love You, written by Melissa Marr and illustrated by Tegan White. And this is a beautiful book, and we've had a lot of fun with this one, and it's super cute. And it gets to the end. The pictures at the end are absolutely adorable. Yeah, so we've given those as gifts. Again, using books as gifts is a very personal thing, and so you got to really know the person. And then the other one is in my family would be my wife, and I got to admit, she does not typically read books. She's more of a magazine reader, so she is very, very picky about any books that we buy her. And I knew that she liked The Great Gatsby, so that was a gift that we got her. And she also got, quite a while back, she got into the vampire books, the Twilight series. She'd kill me if she knew I was telling you this, but she got into those Twilight books, and we bought all of it. She may have bought the first one, and then we got the rest of them for her for Christmas, and or maybe it was her birthday. I don't remember, but we got them as gifts, and she went through those. She has since unhauled those out of embarrassment, but she thoroughly enjoyed them at the time. Matter of fact, when those movies came out, it was always around Thanksgiving or Christmas time, I think. And our whole family would have to go watch them, and I got stuck watching them. And but anyway, it was a personal thing. She liked those, so yes, I do give books as gifts. Long story short, there. So question number 2 is: do you receive many books as gifts? Are they usually successful? Absolutely, I receive books as gifts. Matter of fact, when I'm asked for my Christmas list, my birthday list, the majority of the list, like 95% of it, is books. And my family knows how much I like books and my collection and everything. And so I always receive books as gifts, almost always. If not, I get at least a gift card so I can go get books. And they are always successful. Well, when they listen to me anyway, when they look at my list. But no, I'm just kidding. They listen really well and they get what I like. And so yes, I do receive books as gifts. It's one of my favorite gifts. So number 3, when you buy yourself books, do you think of them as gifts? Yeah, I think so. I think I tend to think of them as gifts. Sometimes I get extended birthday, extended Christmas. That's what I like to jokingly refer to it as. But I think for me, books are special, and so they are a bit of a gift. They're a gift of education, a very cheap education. The way I buy used books, so you can spend $1 and learn a wealth of information. So I think that's a gift. I think knowledge is a gift, and it's a gift that I can then, as I read, I learn, and if I retain it, hopefully I retain it, I can then pass that gift on to my students, my kids, in the form of knowledge. And so I do think of it as gifts. Question number 4. Do you consider used books to be acceptable gifts? Absolutely. If you've followed my channel, you understand that the bulk of my collection is used. I don't have the money to buy new books. I wish I did, but I am not a rich man, and so I don't buy new books typically. Every once in a while I do, but even then, when I buy the new books, if I'm at the Barnes & Noble or wherever, I still look at those prices and still try to probably pick up the cheaper title. Even if I really, really want the one that's $35, I won't spend $35 on a new book. I refuse to do that. When I know that if I just wait, I can get it for a couple bucks online. So absolutely, used books are, my wish list is on Amazon. So yeah, it's used books. Number 5, if you could receive a gift card for any bookshop or book website, which would you choose? Typically, I like to buy from Amazon just because you've got all those sellers all in one place, and you can usually find really good prices or pretty good prices on, being a nonfiction reader, a history reader. Some of the titles that I like to look at are, I guess you would call them obscure to the average reader. And so for me, Amazon's great. I had somebody recommend Thrift Books. I know that I have bought from them before I want to say it was through Amazon, so I know I've bought from them before. I like, if I could get a gift card to Books Revisited in St. Joe, I would love to have that, because I go there, the Jesse James Antique Mall, where they've got some books in there. I'd take that. So, I'm not real picky. If you give me a gift card for a book from books, 4 books from somewhere, I'm going to take it. So I am good with that. Number 6, gift wrapping, gift bag, or bear presentation. For me, I've received pretty much all of those. I know my wife, she likes to decorate for birthdays, and so I got a birthday coming up, and I have a feeling she'll decorate. She likes doing that. Her and the girls do. And so I've had my book that I typically get John Grisham at my birthday or Christmas. Sometimes it's Christmas, but he's been putting stuff out around my birthday, and so she'll prop that book up on the table as a bear presentation. But then also I've had my mother-in-law go online and buy half my list on Amazon and bring me a big box of books. I've had it presented in a trunk. I've had it wrapped up in, you know, those boxes that clothes come in, like a J.C. Penney's gift box thing. I've had them wrapped in tissue paper inside of that several times. I've had them in just a gift bag. So I've had it in all variations, and I'm good with all variations. It's fine with me. It does not bother me. I just love the books themselves. It's the thought that counts. So number 7, can you communicate to others when a book is lent and not a gift? So for me, yes, I can. I have no problem saying you can borrow this book. I'll get it back from you when you are finished. And one of the ways that because I know where this was going when Catherine was talking about it on her original video, she was saying that you hand over a book and then you never ever get it back. So I agree with her. You got to go into it with the idea that you're not going to get it back. But I also like to every couple days do a follow-up when I lend it to, because I'm very limited in the amount of people that I lend it to, and I've talked about this on videos before. Now I really only lend it to a couple of teacher friends of mine, and I'll come back and say, hey, how's that book coming? Where are you at right now? Just to kind of remind them that I am going to want it back. And I trust those two guys, so if they were to be watching this, I trust you. But that's just a habit that I have formed with people when I hand a book over. Plus, I just like the conversation. I mean, I'm not doing it just so I get my book back. I'm doing it to formulate that conversation back and forth. And then, if it's a gift, I just tell them, don't worry about giving it back. Just keep it. I know you'll like this. Keep it. Or I've got doubles. Keep it. So number 8, have you even given someone an ebook? Now, me personally, I was sitting there trying to think, not as a formal gift. I have not done an ebook. I have received one, and I don't even know if it was a gift. It was just, I said, hey, honey, John Grisham's Rogue Lawyer, I think is what it was called. He did a follow-up couple chapters or something on one of the other characters, or a prequel, maybe that's what it was, on the book. And he sold it for a couple bucks online, but you had to buy it as an ebook, and so she bought that for me. But I have never given an ebook. I have not done that. I don't like ebooks for the most part. I know others do, and I have no problem with that, but I like a hard copy. And but the more I thought about it, I guess I have given an ebook. When in my classroom we read the Frederick Douglass autobiography, and I give them an e-copy of that, a PDF file of that, as we read through that book in class. And so I'm giving them the gift of education. So yeah, I have given an e-book gift. Maybe not in formal presentation, but I have given one. Number 9, name 5 books you'd love to receive as gifts. Okay, so I wrote this down so that I would not forget. So the first one is, I would like to get A Time for Mercy, which is the new John Grisham book coming out. Comes out on my birthday, and so I'm pretty pumped about that, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting it. Another book that I've mentioned on the channel before that's coming out in October is H.W. Brands' The Zealot and the Emancipator, and this is about Abraham Lincoln and John Brown, and Civil War stuff. As you know, I like Civil War. And sticking with that Civil War theme, this is not one book, but a collection of books. This is Alan Nevins' Civil War series. It's 8 total books. He's got some on Lincoln, he's got some on the antebellum period, and then he's got some on just the Civil War itself. And I'd like to have that whole collection. I'm hoping that with birthday and Christmas money, I can maybe purchase that. I would like to have on my wish list right now is Stephen Ambrose's biography. His first book he ever wrote, his biography on Henry Halleck. I have that on there. And then I would also like to have Ron Chernow's biography on Grant. I know many of you have got it on your bookshelves that the channels that I regularly watch, and it makes me jealous, and I want it. One of my fellow teachers, he's a math teacher, and he reads that, or he has that book and has been reading on it, and I'm kind of jealous. I want that book. So there are 4 books in a series of books that I would really like to receive as gifts. And number 10 on this tag is tag some book gift people. And so for me, I think I will tag Alan Braswell. I'll tag you on this one. I'll tag, and some of these I don't know if you've done them. I haven't looked. Sorry if you've already done them. I will tag Jason over at Byways and Bookland. I will tag Peg at the History Shelf. And yeah, that's it. I'll just keep it at that. I'm having troubles formulating names. I know several of you have already done it. So anyway, this has been the book giving tag. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and happy reading.